Man, what do I want to talk about today? Oh, that's right. Yeah, let's talk about that. Everybody's talking about the Dallas Mavericks should make a trade at the trade deadline. I say absolutely hell no. Here's why. I understand everybody wants to make a trade for whomever to get anybody on this team. To me, I just feel like the Dallas Mavericks don't have to make a move right now. Why do we have to make a move? Period. I mean, we're number 2, number 3 in the West now after a quarter of the season, and we show that we have pretty decent promise. I feel like there's no rush to change this team. This team is really starting to catch on to their chemistry and learning each other. It's early. What are we rushing for? Remember the last time we had the number 1 offensive efficiency team or the number 1 offensive team and we traded that away to get Rondo and Dwight Powell? And look how that turned out. We went to the playoffs and got eliminated in the first round against the Houston Rockets. So there's pros and cons to making trades. I just don't feel like we should be so open to trading every asset that we do have. Now, however, I am open to one trade in particular. I think the Mavericks, really what they need a solid center. And I think if you're a Mavs fan, a lot of other people know that there's this one center out there that we could probably try to get, and that's Steven Adams from the Oklahoma City Thunder. How can we get him? Honestly, I don't know how we could get him. I don't know what we could throw their way, but I'm totally for throwing Dwight Powell and Courtney Lee. If it involves Courtney Lee's contract and Dwight Powell, I'm all for it. If we could get Steven Adams with just those two, I'm not willing to sacrifice anybody else. I don't want to send or trade Jalen Brunson or anybody else on this team that we got. I want to get Steven Adams and still keep the remaining lethal or good to good three-point shooters that we do have. I just don't feel like sacrificing the team for that. I think Luka needs a team with shooters and players that can know their necessary role to best complement him. And I think with being on this team, the team that we have now for Luka is a really good team for Luka. I think if you were to add Steven Adams, it'll help Kristaps Porzingis immensely, and it will help Luka and the rest of this team a lot too. Steven Adams is still very young in comparison to what we think his age actually is. He's 25, I believe. The dude's extremely young. I think if we could get him, it'll be great. It'll be a great addition to the team. Now, that's the only trade I'm actually open towards. I know early in the season I was down with getting Iguodala, but it looks like he's going to get bought out and go to the Clippers or the Lakers. So typical, instead of going to a team like the Mavericks that has promise. But I understand they probably are more likely to win a championship this year. But I'm not with the whole idea of trading for the Sacramento Kings guard Bogdanovich. I don't know what that's going to take. I don't know how much it's going to take. I think he's a solid player. I just don't know if he's worth trading so much for. And then what other option? I think there's another player out there that I can't recall that a lot of people say we should try to go make a run for. I know I've heard some rumors of Kevin Love. I want nothing to do with Kevin Love. So I'm just ready to roll with this team. I think this team can develop and still get even better as the year goes along. And even at the trade deadline, we might look at this team and be like, you know what, let's not touch it. They got great chemistry. They got something going on with Luka, and Kristaps Porzingis is starting to come into his own. I think by the trade deadline, we're going to be able to see that, and we'll be like, you know what, I'm glad we pushed the brakes on thinking of trades. Let's just keep the team that we got, and let's see how it rolls. And then next offseason, who knows what we could get. Next offseason is going to tell us a lot. We might be able to get players that we didn't think we could get, and then now we will be able to get because of Luka's stardom and Kristaps Porzingis coming back into shape and being a star as well. And then the complementary role players that we have that are actually making impacts for us. Now, if Tim Hardaway can continue being this hot shooter that he's been the last couple of weeks, then he's going to roll right into being our third best option on this team, and it'll open up so many other things as far as offensively for the other players as well, because now they're going to have to guard and respect Tim Hardaway's jump shot. They're going to guard and respect, they already do, Luka, and if Kristaps comes into form, even more, because he's having a solid year, and we're still like waiting for Kristaps to arrive, and Kristaps has been having a really solid year. So imagine once he comes into form and he's fully confident with his capabilities. That's what I'm saying. Just be patient, guys. I don't think the Mavericks should even consider a trade right now unless it's Courtney Lee and Dwight Powell for Steven Adams and maybe a draft pick here and there. That's the only trade I consider. Anyway, guys, it's been your boy TGK. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you have any trade scenarios, or should we be patient or should we be aggressive? Let me know what you think. I'll be in there engaged with everybody. It's your boy TGK. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one.